Story time. So today I want to tell you a little bit about me personally, who I am, where I come from, what my personal transformation journey has been in different areas, and like where I am today and what my vision is for you, for my viewers, for my audience, for my clients, and for all the women that I get to impact in my life. So get comfortable. I also just made my little cacao. I love drinking my cacao. You can see it. I'm not gonna bend it too much so it's gonna flow out. But yeah, so I started my personal transformation journey, if we can call it that, because I always believe that basically our whole life has prepared us to be at the point where we are. But just like if I'm talking to you and you're the target woman, right? Like I am going to use these words so openly because it is intentional, right? Like I am here to support you if you are a woman who has already reached higher levels of success, right? Like you have probably already created some level of success for yourself. You have already probably invested in yourself in some sense, right? You're learning, you're reading, you're working on yourself, but you want to take it to the next level. Like that's you, okay? So because that has been me, right? That has been me. I have been you. I am basically your higher self coming from the future and reminding you of what is possible. Because I have come into the personal transformation work, um, let's say around 10 years ago, if not a little earlier. So I knew that I was made for more. I couldn't define it. I just knew that I had it in me to help others. Like literally that's how I thought when I was like 10 years ago. 10 years ago I was in my corporate job. I'm the first out of my family who graduated from university. I have a international business degree and then I went into corporate finance. So I was in finance and I I was so proud of myself. Like this was the year like I celebrated myself. I had my car. I was I was in this office space, like I was snatched. My body was on point because the whole period, like working towards getting my degree, like it was literally waking up, working out, going into the library, and working on my thesis, right? So this was the time before I graduated. So when I graduated, I was snatched. I looked amazing. I was young. I was motivated. Like I was proud. I was accomplished. That's how I felt, right? That's the first big accomplishment of my parents' dream for me, my dream for me of success, of education, of making it in a Western country. My dad is from Ghana, my mom is from Germany. I always like to say that because it definitely influences my whole identity, or it has influenced all of who I am. And so from that time on, I manifested my job. I literally did manifest my job. If you're here and if you've listened before, yeah, you know it. I didn't know like what I would do after uni. I just focused on finishing my studies and the colloquium and everything. And I was so confident in myself. Like, this is how success creates more success, right? So I created that success for myself. And I was so confident that I would create a job or that something would happen for me. And then I thought about a guy, a friend back then. And I just called him and I asked him if he had a job. And I knew he was like in a leading position of this company. And yeah, 2 weeks later, I had a job. So that was so perfect. I knew manifestation worked. I knew it worked and I knew it worked for me. Everything was good. I had this job. I had a good pay. I was in that job and I like quickly realized like this job is boring. This is boring. This is not what I want to do. I don't want to spend like 8 hours a day or longer with these colleagues. In the beginning, it was nice because I like to explore. I like to find out new things and meet new people. But I quickly realized like that's not really what I want, you know? So I was searching. And maybe that's you too, right? Maybe that's you too. Maybe you are watching this video while you are in a job. You have a corporate job and you're looking for ways how to get out. Maybe you're looking for ways how to make money online, how to create the life of your dreams, right? How to get clear on your purpose. All of these questions were the questions that I asked myself. So I kind of got into this route of personal development also because before, like when I was still studying, I was already introduced to personal development. This is when I was working as a like insurance slash investment slash wealth building consultant. This is what I did when I studied. And this is like kind of course, right? But this industry is heavily influenced by success books and success principles and the secret and manifestation. And like later on, I found like all of the root knowledge behind the secret. So yeah, it's very much linked, like this prosperity teaching, spirituality, and money. Like this is also me. Like that's hello, welcome to my world. Like that's also a very big part of what I teach. Prosperity, holistic wealth, right? That's also in the title. I'm your holistic wealth bestie. Holistic wealth, right, means mentally, emotionally, physically, spiritually, financially, in every aspect of life, like health, relationships, right? Your career, and of course, your bank account. So, this is what my whole channel is about. It's about holistic wealth because I say you can have it all, and you can have it all in higher and higher degrees. And when I was at this job, in my corporate job, as I said, I already had this background of my wealth consultant student job. And I knew I was already equipped. Like I already had some knowledge of this knowledge, right? And it was just a logical consequence for me to bring it to the people. And I knew that I wanted to support my community, right? But back then I didn't know exactly who I was talking to. So it's so interesting to talk to you now, right? Because I have found my place, and my place is right here. My place is on YouTube. I love it so much, right? My place is here on YouTube, and all of my curriculum and all of my work is over in my membership. So if you're looking to really create the life of your dream, no matter what it is, health, wealth, relationships, career, purpose driven business, I got you, right? And go over to my membership. It's still for free. Yeah. And you will get already 3,500 euro of content worth of worth, transformational content worth inside it for free. You will get it. Okay. So, but this is what I did. I I knew I was meant for more, and I knew I wanted to find my purpose. I wanted to find my purpose, and I wanted to know what it is that I was here to do. And this took me on this 10-year journey. And I want to tell you a few things that I don't regret anything, to be honest. Oh yes, I do. Let's not lie, right? I think it's important to also say what you regret, because I don't think everything should be repeated, and I don't want you to do that thing. And it has to do with men. That's the only thing. Everything else I do not regret. Um but I knew back then, or what I didn't know back then, is like this whole topic of finding your purpose is so big, right? And I think we have to pursue it and we have to find out for ourselves. But I want to let you know that your purpose is literally you living your best life, you doing the thing that makes you happy, that makes you come alive, that makes you just be in your bliss, whether it be speaking, teaching. For me, my purpose is exactly this. It's teaching because I love learning. I would say I'm 35 now. I have a lot of life experience because I have been in different cultures, right? From my heritage, my mom's and my dad's culture, from traveling the world, from working all these different jobs and meeting all these different people. All of that is the knowledge that I bring to you, not only the theoretical knowledge. I have a degree in spirit in international business. I am also a holistic nutritionist and I am a certified life coach, which includes mindset work, right? How to get clear, how to make decisions, but also how to navigate emotions. Like that's a core pillar of my work. Emotional mastery, emotional intelligence, learning how to overcome or work with fear, doubt, worry, like the whole genetic makeup of being a human, this whole fight, flight, freeze, fawn response. I don't want to go too deep into it, but I want to say these words because I think that my clientele, you, my audience, you already know a few things, right? So I'm using these words because I know that you will understand. So what I want to say here is I jumped off that cliff. I quit my job because I realized again, as I said, like it was too small for me. It was too small for me every day going into this office, sitting there with my three colleagues, right? I can't really vividly remember when I was sitting there. I actually, like, I am a brown girl, of course, and then I was there with another brown girl. We were the only two brown women, actually, to say. She was a little older. She was amazing. Like Patricia, she was from Martinique, from Paris, and now she lived in Germany and was an accountant as well. So that's what she did, and that's what I did. And we were sitting in the office with two other guys, with Tobias and what was the other guy's name, Matthias or something like that. So I'm German, by the way. So there was the space that I was in, and I quickly realized like nobody has like the mindset I have and the thinking that I have, and I couldn't see myself in that career. Like 10 years back now, I think I would have stayed a little longer, to be honest, to just stack up some more money and make like a foundational knowledge of that work because I only stayed in that job for 1 year. And also just as a backup plan, staying in a job for 2 or 3 years can be like, okay, she has extensive knowledge in that field. So that's still something that I sometimes think about. That's what I would have done different. But continuing on the journey of the transformation and just taking a chance on myself, I quickly realized, okay, I trust myself, right? I trust in God. I trust in the universe. I trust myself. So I'm just going to jump off that cliff like the fool in the tarot cards. Right? So from the fool in the tarot cards, like that's the beginning of the journey, right? And that's literally who I was. And now I'm certainly the high priestess and the queen of pentacles, right? And the empress. Right? That's the journey that we all have to go through, starting as the fool and then going through this whole journey. And I became like, when I jumped off that cliff, left my job, everything turned into chaos, like literally chaos, but in a good sense. Like I didn't really care. I was the eye of the needle, and I was so convicted that I will find what it is that I was looking for. So I went on to do community work. I then started with working with community, like literally non-governmental organizations, and like working with African kids, like from African backgrounds, right? Um, Helping the person. Like I didn't know exactly what I was doing there, just gaining experience, right? So I was working there, helping them to organize events, moderating feminine empowerment events like women's conferences, youth conferences, empowering people. So I always knew that's my thing, right? Speaking in front of people always has been my thing. I'm not shy about that, and not at all. So this is also what I teach. If you want to learn how to be comfortable on social media, on YouTube, especially being a public speaker, literally, come over to my membership. I speak about that. Okay. So that's very natural to me. I did that. And then I quickly realized, okay, that's not it, right? So then I was in this social business, like it was, let's say, the pre-runner to getting investment. Yeah, right. The pre-runner of getting investment for your business idea. I was like in an incubator, into in an accelerator program. And I quickly realized, yo, here are no people that really understand me. This is something that I really like, I figured out there. I love the environment. I love the mentorship, or the like some kind of guiding, but I didn't really realize that, or I didn't really see that they understood me. Me meaning being a Black woman in Germany with the idea of starting a movement, right? That's literally my idea. My business idea was called I Am Movement. If I think back, everything aligned so beautiful for me in throughout my life. I'm going to come back to this I am movement. And today, I am still the movement. And I'm inviting you to be part of the movement, because today I can show you exactly how to get crystal clear on what it is that you love, how to overcome all these emotional blocks, all these traumas, all these limiting beliefs and feelings and imposter syndrome, and all of that block, right? And get into motion, get into action, and build your own brand online and build income streams, right? I can show you exactly how it's done because I've done it, and I'm doing it, and I'm taking you on the journey. It's the movement. Okay. So, but what I want to say, I was in this accelerator. I realized that's not really what it is that I want. And I thought, okay, like I need to do my own thing. I really want to pursue the things that I actually think I want to have more knowledge on. And this is where I got into becoming a nutritionist, because my deep passion is holistic health and wealth, right? So I became a nutritionist. So it was an alternative school. So that means it was like the focus was on raw food, vegan food, Ayurveda, and really like getting deep into the science of gut health, the gut microbiome, fasting, learning how to like really create a healthy environment in your gut as the center point of health. So this is what I'm focused in. Focused in. If you want to get your gut on the next level, come over to my membership. I have a health masterclass over there. Okay. So I learned that, and I loved everything about this training. Like I got to work with like the leading experts in the German field of, let's say, the bridge of mind body connection, the bridge of alternative medicine and nutrition, and really high nutritious food like sprouts and power food, or what is it called, like all these things like superfoods and all of that. So that was when I was introduced into this whole health field, right? If you want me to talk more about that, let me know. If you're here, if you're watching this video, you are the one I'm speaking to, right? I can give you the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 steps. I can definitely do that. And I will continue to also create that content, but I will always now and then create something like that, because I am a natural storyteller and I love to create those videos and tell you who I really am and where I come from, because I'm proud of that journey, to be honest. And also I think there's a lot of value in it for you, because I believe in representation. And as I said, I was lacking representation and somebody, a mentor that I could actually like trust with everything. Me being a woman, a Black woman, being ambitious, wanting to make money. Like there's so many nuances, so many facets that I wanted to have somebody that understands me and that could actually take me to the next level. So I had to become her. then I became a nutritionist, right? A holistic health coach. And I don't know if there's anything. Yeah, I mean, absolutely. Like the way I manifested my job going into corporate, that's exactly the way I manifested the training on holistic health. Because like my mom, I remember that my mom told me, or she was like, I found something here. I think that's going to be interesting for you. I looked at it. It was a 100% yes. It was like a jumping into that timeline and making it happen. I didn't have the money. And this is also one thing that I want to say. If you if you have ever thought about doing something and you didn't do it, nah, that's not how it goes, right? You have to believe in yourself. Like if you see something where the offer is exactly what it is that you want, you gotta jump no matter what the price is. So this was the first time that I invested into myself. And I think it was around like almost 5,000 euro. So it was this whole training and with all the classes, with all the food. Oh my God, I love the food. We cooked a lot, right? It was also a big part was not only the yeah, the learning and the theory, but a lot of it was preparation, like preparing raw food, all these smoothies and cacao and sprouting and oh, so good. It was so good. It was so good. I loved it so much. And now listen up. Another thing that happened was that I was just me. Like that's just literally who you also always have to be. Just be you. And of course, be great, right? I think we need to put some nuance into this be you, but you also have to be you and you have to be great. Okay. But it's not a level of pretending or a level of, let me take a sip from my cacao. Mm, so it's not a level of pretending or a level of playing a role, right? I think the authentic you should be the role, right? I am playing a role, but I'm playing me, right? So I hope you understand what I mean. You should play you too, but you don't have to over extend your energy in order to play some facade, right? That's really what it is about. So I was just being me and I just helped cleaning and just preparing the food and I'm very clean in the kitchen. That's just what I learned from my mom and that's just who I am. So I did that and then I was spotted, right? So the woman who was in charge for all the cleaning and the facilitating the whole thing, she asked me later on if I could see myself working there. And mind you, when I started this training, the whole course on holistic nutrition, I didn't have the money, right? I accepted. I said yes, I'm going to do it for the 5,000 euro investment, but I asked them if I could do it in installments, and I did. They said yes. So I had to do this one upfront payment and I did. And then I learned how to like come up with the rest of the money. I just trusted. Like at that time, I was so in flow. Like, I mean, I'm so proud of that young girl that I was almost 10 years ago. She was on fire. And and then the door opened. The door just opened for me. So that means I got into the store and they offered me the job. I could work in this school. It was in the culinary school. And then, because I was doing the job quite well in the culinary school, next to being part of the course, because it was a rotational system, there was one course, 1 week straight, and then the rest of the time, let me tell you, after, so there was 1 week, and then another week, there was another course. So I facilitated the whole like cleaning and dishing and blah, blah, blah. I did it for the other course, right? The course that came after us. And when I did that, the woman who like put me into that place, she said, "We are also opening up a hotel, or we have a hotel, and I want you to work there." And I said, "Perfect." And then it was just so in alignment. I did the course. 1 week in a row. And then 3 weeks, I worked in the hotel. So I worked in the hotel, and the hotel was like the extension of what we did in the training. It was like being in the bubble, embodying like this whole genre, this whole field, because it was a retreat hotel. I spoke about that before, but it was a retreat hotel. And this retreat hotel, they had a sauna, and it was right like behind the forest. It was right behind the forest, and it was with this beautiful kitchen with filtered water, like purified high energy water. It was only the best ingredients, like all this biological organic food, like high quality. Oh my God. And in the forest behind the hotel, I always, because it was part of the training, I learned about herbs, right? I'm a herbalist as well. So I learned all about the herbs, and then I always went into the forest and picked the herbs, right? So pick the dandelion, right? And all of these raw herbs, this wild herbs. And then I came back into the hotel, and then I made my morning smoothie, right? So that's me. That was me on this journey. So I just want to reflect, right? I want to reflect with you on the whole thing. So listen, if you are in your corporate job right now, I have been there. Okay. I have been in the corporate job. And while I was in the job, I was looking for ways how to create what it is that I wanted to create. Yeah. So I jumped, believed in myself because I knew there were people out there on the other side of the screen, like literally on the other side of the screen. There were other people who obviously could create a life being on the screen, right? And helping people to create the lives of their dreams. And I said, I'm going to do it. I'm going to go out and find my purpose. Was dabbling a little bit in this community work. Then I was in this incubator to get funding, but it didn't happen because I didn't feel seen and understood really. Like, even though they put me there and they thought I was amazing, for me, there was something missing. They couldn't extract all of it out of me. So I went and manifested, like through all the different people, because sometimes, let me shine some light on that too. Sometimes people say manifestation, but they don't really give what that means. I manifested that doorway in, right? I manifested that portal, but I manifested it through my mom, right? Because my mom knew what I was interested in. My mom knew that I was looking for something, and she found it and she offered it to me. And this is also something you have to be seen by other people. You kind of have to say, right, what you're looking for. You have to voice it out. You have to speak it into existence, right? And speaking it into existence also means speaking to people about what you like, what you're doing currently, what are you working on? Like, talk to people about it. And then other people have their eyes and their ears open, and it's not a big deal for somebody to just forward something. And I was like, that's exactly what I want to do. Bam, jump. So that's what I want to say. Like, one teaching point is talk to people, right? Talk to people, let them know who you are, what you're looking for, and what you're like let them see you, let them see who you are, like from your personality and things like that. Let them see you, right? Because otherwise people can't help you if they don't see you. That's why authenticity, and I speak about this on this channel all the time, right? Authenticity is so, so, so important. Yeah. So from the corporate job, yeah. So from the corporate job into the community work, into the incubator, the accelerator, like this startup world. Yeah. And then I realized, okay, where's my mentor? I need to become my own mentor. Let me focus on the things that I really want to know about. Okay, boom. Manifested all of it, right? I manifested all of it. Then I was in this training, this nutrition course. My mom gave me the way in. She said, "Look at this." I said, "Yeah, I'm gonna do it." But then I had the confidence. That's another very, very big point. I had the confidence to say, "I'm gonna do whatever it takes because I want that." Right? I'm gonna say yes to the money investment. Right? That's something that I naturally do. Like I do invest. I understand. Like if you want something, you got to invest. Easy. That's why I'm a big fan of talking about money, because money is so easy. If you want something, you can get it with money. You don't have to trick, you don't have to lie, you don't have to scam, you don't. You just go and get the money, or you work for the money, right? So that's what I did. I had a little bit of money, made the down payment, and got in, and then looked how it could come about. Mm, Showed up as my brilliant self, and then got offered the job first in the school and then in the hotel. Bum, manifested the money. Let that sink in for a while. And I want to ask you now, if you're still listening, I first of all appreciate you, because I know only the real ones are going to listen to the story. But I'm here to tell the story because I think it's the most important, right? So if you're here, I want you to really sit down and and maybe even type it in the comments below. Where are you currently? In what situation are you currently? And how did you get there? How did you get there? Sometimes we just need a little time to reflect on how we got to where we are. Maybe you will also realize how easy it was for you to get to where it is that you are today. Maybe it wasn't easy. I don't know. Like, but I just want to invite you to reflect on how you got to where you are right now. And I want you to also know that it can be exactly the same level of ease, or right, like I don't know how to say, but a level of ease, and it can be easy to get to the next level because you're here, girlfriend. I know you want to create something worthwhile. You want to create impact. You want to create a personal brand. Maybe if you don't know what a personal brand is um just projecting outward, like just showing the world who you are and what you are about, right? So, what are the values of who you are? What do you stand for? What is your aesthetic? It can be an aesthetic, it doesn't have to be necessarily, but most of the time we want to have an aesthetic, right? So, an aesthetic, what is the standard, right? What are you talking about? What's your expertise? What is your experience? What do you talk about, right? What do you stand for? Your mission, your vision, your mission, and your values, and how you want to be presented to the world. That is the personal brand. And I know we are all a personal brand. You already are a personal brand. You probably just don't know it yet, right? So that's what we're going to work on in the membership as well. Okay. So come over to the membership, go to the description box. It is for free. Okay. 100 places are going to be for free. Up until now, it's 97. They're still free. Okay. So it's going to fill up soon. Um, what else? Ask yourself, how did you get to where you are, and really trace back the steps and seeing, okay, that was magical, right? Listen, like, did you listen to the story I just told you? From being a graduate, manifested the job, perfect, loved it while I was there. Then I was like, okay, time is over, let me go. Worked with the communities, worked, everything just flowed, worked with the startup incubator, and then found the training. That was it. Everything in alignment with who I am, what I love to do, and all of the experience that I bring to you today. Yeah. So manifested that spot there in the school, in the nutrition school and the hotel. Loved it so much. I'm an expert at this point. Anatomy, right? Gut health, um food for athletes, for mothers, right? All of that. That's all that I do. Also, I have a master, like a health mastery program in the membership. Okay, I'm talking a little bit much about the membership, but it's just amazing. I just want to let you know everything you need. I got you. I got you. Okay. So, what else? When I was there and I was done, I was literally praying. So I'm a spiritual, right? I'm a spiritual baddie. I'm a spiritual boss ass. Yeah. So it's both spiritual and scientific. For me, I'm the combination of all of it, right? I'm the collapsing of duality. I always like to say that I'm not black, I'm not white. I'm not only spiritual, I'm not only scientific, right? I'm not only creative, I'm not only logic. I am all. Okay. So I prayed and I asked the divine and I said, "Hey, thank you for taking me here. I'm ready for the next level." And literally a few days later, my mentor of now almost 7 years popped up also on the internet. So that's how it goes, right? We find the teacher when we're ready. And yeah, if you are ready, I'm here. Okay? So I love it, I have a different flavor, and this is also what I had to learn, but I'm gonna take you there. Um, yeah, but what I want to say here is that when I prayed and I found my mentor, and she said almost the same thing that I'm saying to you now. You're here because you are longing for something. You are longing for more. You want more because you know that there's more inside of you, that there's so much more out there for you, whatever that more is, whether it be in your business, right? In your career, or you want to start a side hustle. You want to start a YouTube channel. You want to start creating that personal brand. You have a level of expertise in your field and you want to share it with other women because it has helped you so much, or you want to share it with other people. It doesn't always have to be women, right? So you have that. And now you also know it's time to fill these pockets. I have absolutely no shame about talking about money, because money, and I'm going to make another reference to the tarot, right? Because I love it so much. Money is the end result of spiritual, mental, emotional, and physical work. Let me repeat that again. Money is the end result of doing your inner work, right? The spiritual component, knowing that you are money, you are abundance, right? Doing the mental work, doing the emotional work, releasing all the fear, doubt, trauma, all the low self esteem, the imposter syndrome, the fear of being seen, the fear of being judged, the fear of being whatever, abandoned by society. All of those fears, you work through them, and I can help you with that. Yeah, I have done it for myself. I have helped hundreds of women already do that, and I can help you too with that. That's my expertise. And then it's about building, right? Creating, taking action, very focused, consistent action on the right things. So that is the system, right? So she taught me, like my mentor, she said, "Hey, is there more? You know it. And let me teach you," basically, kind of like that. It was a little bit more eloquent and elaborate. And there was also this guy called Bob Proctor. Maybe you know him, maybe you don't. Bob Proctor also is a personal development legend. He just passed away last year, so rest in power, Bob. And he said something like, "If you really want something, you will make it happen," something like that. And he convinced me because he was in the Secret Book and the Secret movie, so I knew him from that book and the movie. If you don't know the Secret Book, you do, right? I think you do. The Secret is this affirmation book, the law of attraction. They made it very big, even though it's a universal principle that has been around for ages, forever, basically. But like they picked it up and made it very big. And Bob Proctor is one of the legends in personal development. And he was in the commercial, or in this webinar with my mentor. And I thought, amazing, I'm gonna do it. He's so right. Let me invest. Mind you, I still had no own place. I jumped from place to place. Since I left my corporate job, I jumped from place to place, right? I literally jumped from place to place. Everything worked out until then very well. So then I said, okay, let me invest, even though I was just about to go back home to my hometown and settle in with all the knowledge that I have now gathered, right? So I came back to my hometown. I knew that I wanted to set up a business, and then I did. Like, what happened next? I don't know, like, if you can still follow me, right? Because that's all that happened in maybe 2 years, something like that. That happened in 2 years. And then I came back to my hometown and I was so excited, just like now. And I said, let me let me let me train my signature workshop that I still offer until to this day, and I also offer it in the membership. Once a month I am offering the vision workshop, right? The vision workshop is a, let's say, a workshop where you get to have an overall life audit, an assessment of your life, and then we can find out which area of your life do you most want to transform. Is it going to be health and beauty? Is it going to be relationships? Is it going to be career, right? Finding your purpose, finding the business that you want to create, and then creating the financial freedom. Even like, if you're looking for that, I got you too, right? I got you too. No matter what it is that you want to transform, I got you. Okay, even with opportunities on how to invest not only in yourself, I'm going to do the mindset and the emotional work with you, but I can also refer you back to people who do big investments, right? So I that's my kind of style. So what I want to say here is that it all worked out, even though I never exactly knew how. And that's also a very big thing, right? We never know exactly how. We just have to know a pathway. And this is what I learned when I invested in the coaching with my mentor and the whole faculty. And then I realized, bing, 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 bing. That is exactly what it is that I want to share with the world, because it has helped me so much to understand the science, the art, and the science of transformation. Because there's literally an underlying work behind personal transformation. This is what you learn in my signature program, the Dream Builder. This is also in my membership, not for free. This is where you have to make your investment, but it's a 12-week program. You can go through it faster if you want, but I wouldn't recommend it. But it's a 12-week program where you will really take your blueprint, your vision, and take it to the next level with my help, with my mentorship. I do have one-on-one or group sessions, right, in the mentorship as well, in the membership, and you can tap into that. And this is where I help you to navigate the emotional stress, okay? Because it's going to come up. So that's what I learned from my mentor. And then the next big investment that I made, you hear me, right? I have been obsessed with personal development in the past 10 years. So I made the next investment. It was $12,000. Mind you, I just moved into I didn't even know, I haven't moved into my own apartment. I was still living with a friend, and it was, yeah, just a few weeks later after I moved back from the hotel to my hometown, and I knew, let the journey continue. I want to learn everything that is behind it, and I want to teach it, because I realized, like, that's amazing. I want to teach it to other people. Like, I'm so excited. And I invested that money. Mind you, I didn't have the money. Again, I manifested that money. And what does manifestation mean here again? Manifestation was asking my mom and asking my boyfriend at that time, and they gave me the money, and I came up with the rest. Again, I'm not saying all of that to brag, even though I'm a big fan of self celebration, but I'm saying that because I was just as clueless as you. again, I was just as clueless as you when I started the journey. And then it all came about when I continued to dig, when I continued to do the work, right? Oh, God, it's so funny, really. Like, I'm just stepping out on faith and then continuing working, right? Like stepped out on faith, like from my corporate job, then like find this community work, then this incubator, then the training on nutrition, and then the coaching, and then becoming a coach myself. You see, boom, 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 boom. It took maybe, I don't know exactly. Yeah, I can see it here on my all of my I have all of my certifications here. So ending uni and then being done with my 2016, 2017, 2015. Yeah, it was just 2 to 3 years until from the job to becoming a coach, but at rapid speed, right? Rapid speed, rapid transformation. What then happened? And this is another part. And I'm telling you, this is where the dip came. I tried to tell that to my friends and family, but they were like, my mom was up for it. We then started a cafe. We actually opened up a vegan cafe. And but there was something there where I felt like, okay, mm, maybe my friends, they don't really understand, but they're also not my clients. So there's so much I have to share, but they will not understand what's going on. And it kind of created some level of resentment within me. I hope you can still follow me, because there was so much. I just told you so many beautiful things, but then something happened when I was back in my old environment. And this is also something that I cannot recommend. If you are on the journey of leveling up, I would definitely, at this point, looking back, I would recommend you to move away from your family and your old friends and to actually start a new life. That's definitely what I would recommend. So just really go and do your own thing, be that new person, because if we constantly are in contact with people that have known us from the past, it can sometimes be difficult to embody that full new version of yourself yet, because the relationship is sometimes going to automatically bring you back into that old version. That kind of happened for me, and I can say that's a big it was a big obstacle to my continuous growth. So it's very important for you to step away from the old people. Don't try to take everyone with you. We've heard that so many times, but that's literally it. Don't try to take everyone with you. You can't save everybody. I think that's the biggest lesson. Oh my God. Like that has definitely been my very big lesson to that I had to learn that. I want to, because many times we want to help other people. We are the big-hearted women, right? Maybe you're a little buried. It's a little buried. Mm, but you know that you want to do something great. You want to be a woman of impact. You want to be a woman of transformation. You want to help other women, right? To step into their power, to step online, create their own brand, create their own channels, have their message come out, right? Doing all these things. You want to be that woman. I know. And you want to, as I said, create that impact, create that income, because impact is income. As I said, money is the result of doing all the work necessary. And yeah, and for me, it has been the biggest lesson, like to just let go of the people that I can't change. And it has been my family and my closest friends, yeah, who have probably, not probably, like they have held me back I have held myself back the most. Yeah, but like that relationship dynamic that has kind of stifled my growth, because I was on that way. But then, yeah, at that one point, I felt like, I want to save the people that I love. But then I realized that's not it. Like, I'm here for you. Like, I'm here for the woman who really wants to change. I'm here for the woman who really wants to transform her life. I'm here for the woman who has that spark inside of her that is like, I have something great to bring to the world. I'm here for you. Like, I'm here to find my tribe and to share my experience and my knowledge and my work with you, right? My alchemy, right? I'm here to help you alchemize your life and create the impact that you want to create. And yeah, but I came back to my hometown. As I said, we started this business. My mom and me, I loved it. It was so beautiful. Like, it was so nice. I'm so proud of us. And then I kind of also, like, this is when I realized, oh, the relationship that you're in, the man that you are with, very important. I met this man. He was amazing. He was a great guy. I'm not here to speak bad about him. Actually not. But he kind of, like, it wasn't a match. It wasn't a match. Like, spend some time with him, then we decided to separate. And this is something that has brought up a lot of work, additional work that I had to do. This is something very, very important. And this is also what I do. I teach you the dynamics of the feminine and the masculine within you, right? The feminine and the masculine within you, because I have always been the go-getter. But at this point, like, where I was kind of left alone after this relationship, because I've already thought maybe we're gonna get married, and like, there's gonna be more of the masculine with me. But I realized, like, it wasn't him. So I had to become my own inner masculine. And what that means is to create boundaries, right? Create standards, create the discipline, the follow through, the consistency, all of these masculine attributes, logic, numbers, time, structure, all of these things. That's also what I teach. This is what I had to learn for myself. Like, up until then, I was this big dreamer. I was a girl, like, I was more of a girl. Let's be honest. Like, I was a girl. I was making things happen. I mean, I told you, like, don't get it twisted. But I still, like, I kind of liberated the feminine within me, the creativity, the dreaming, the excitement, right? The kind of the chaos, but it all worked out. But then when I was ready to set up my business in a big way, I was kind of lacking the masculine support structure. But I figured it out. And now I'm here to show you all of it, right? As I said, from the time I was in corporate to today, it is 10 years. Not yet 10 years, not yet, but almost 10 years until I found myself here. And I have met many teachers, including my mentor and other people I've worked with. I have worked with many mentors up until this point. Main mentor, then different somatic teachers, like doing really the embodiment work, business coaches. Like, I've invested more than 100,000 in myself. I always say that. Um, but like, what I realize is that there are so many components that have to come together. And I know that I can help you cut the learning curve so you can live the life of your dream as soon as possible. It's going to take time. I'm not here to promise you any quick fixes, no. But working with a mentor is collapsing time, is collapsing duality, is collapsing timelines, whatever you want to call it in the spiritual jargon, right? It is literally getting to where you want to be faster. Boom. You're already there because you're learning a comprised version of what the mentor has learned. She imparts it on you and you can run with it, right? And it's going to be in my sacred space. It's going to be in my safe space, and really being amongst like-minded women who also want to create their own best life, right? Whether it be leveling up emotionally, mentally, physically, financially, creating a product, like creating a service. Because again, as I said, I believe you already know that you have a lot to give. I can't help you with that, whether it be in your love life, right? Also working on the dynamics there. And if that's what you want, right? If that's what you want, working on your level up, on your glow up, on your looking good, right? That's also what we got to do, like from the gut, as I said, from the gut to the skin, and really from the inside out. And everything else, right? Life, holistic wealth, as I said, right? We will find out. And if you're still listening, you're a real one, right? Write it down in the comments, real one. Please do that. Okay. Write down real one. If you want to get the life audit and really see what it is that you need to work on, or what you want to work on, what is the life area that you want to focus on, come over into my membership and join the next vision workshop. Join the next vision workshop and let us work to really find out, what is your longing? What do you really want? What are you dissatisfied with, right? What are you discontent with, right? Because we're, as human beings, we always learn through contrast. If you don't know exactly what you want, you will definitely know what you don't want. So we will gather information around what it is that you really want to create. Focus on that, create that crystal clear blueprint, right? Connect you with your higher self. We're going to do this amazing meditation where you will see yourself in 3 years, and now it's time. Like, I can help you get to the vision faster if you're doing the work. If you do the work, of course, if you do what it takes to get there, I am your girl and I can help you to get there. Okay. So I think that's really it for today. Like, I just really wanted to give you a story time and collapsing 10 years, right? Coming from corporate and then being here today. Like, of course, I left out a few things. We cannot talk about everything. I don't want to make this video too long, but I'm going to share more and more what I learned in different areas in my life, about men, about relationships, but also about work, and really stepping into your masculine as a woman. And yeah, because I have worked in sales for years, and this is also a very, very big energetic, what sales is all about. And this is also what I teach you. So you see, it's a portfolio, it's a library, it's a school, right? It's a school of knowledge, of wealth that I have to impart, and I'm here for it. That's why social media, and here especially YouTube, is my home. I live here now. I'm gonna be here, and I will definitely invite you to come into the membership and be in the clubhouse, right? Because the membership is really like a clubhouse. This is where we meet, right? That's where we're gonna have a party, right? Literally, there are different events that we can create, parties, right? Sip and just chill. We can do workshops. We will do the webinar. You can create a community with other like-minded, because there's literally nothing like being connected to other like-minded women. Like, honestly, that's a big, big part of building the life of your dreams. It is community. It is community. So don't be the lone wolf. Don't be the Sigma feminine, right? Don't be her, and don't pretend that you can do everything on your own. Yeah, you can, because you are an alpha woman. You can. But it is so much more nice when you are that boss that you are, with others, right? Because there are other boss women as well, and you can learn from each other. It's so nice. It's so beautiful. So come over into the membership, and let me know what you think in the comments down below. Write down real one, right? Write down what you like, what you want. Like, what do you want to create? Do you know that already? Do you know what you're struggling with? Maybe write down what it is that you love, what you want to create, or write down what you're struggling with currently. I really want to get to know you more and know what you're all about. And yeah, that's it for now. Until then, stay dangerous. Bye.